the conclusion that it is indeed the case, right, that the reason behind why larger bodies attract is due to the bending of space-time.
Dude, you're wasting my time. How is this relevant to somebody claiming that? Okay, good.
Yeah,
good. You're wasting my time. Get to.
Yeah, so the point is, someone could believe that large bodies attract to one another, but not have a belief with respect to special relativity and the bending of space-time, even though one would be seemingly
this is not relevant. This is not relevant to what I'm discussing. You're wasting my time.
The point is that you can lack belief in things, such as like have a belief in space-time, even though that.
Sir, you're not. Listen, I'm going to be very straightforward. You are clueless right now. You are truly did not understand my point. It's went right over your head. You see, the absolute is necessary for intelligibility for any fact. Because if you reject, okay, good. Then everybody believes in something's absolute, even at an unconscious level, even though they may deny it. Okay.
This is why I was trying to provide an analogy that just because something can be derived from something else,
are you disagreeing with me?
Believes in it.
Are you disagree? Okay, I don't care about your silly analogies. Do you disagree? Do you disagree that intelligibility for any individual fact, metaphysically on a grand scale, is going to be in virtue that something is ultimate or absolute? Okay, good. So when somebody comes along and they're spewing out of their mouth facts which they make a pretense are intelligible, the intelligibility requires that something be absolute. Otherwise, they wouldn't be speaking the words.
Yeah, that's right. It requires that, but that doesn't mean that they have
right. So their position, what you're not understanding, sir.
Well, that's
their belief is implicit, not explicit.
Right. I don't know. What do you mean by an implicit belief?
Implicit it means that it's required. It's below the surface. It's not openly stated. Right. Okay. You can't talk about
which would be
let's say, for example, continuance, unless there's something that secures existence. You can't talk about things that are directly or indirectly related to continuity, unless there's something that secures that. Okay, it's the same question.
This is another way of saying that you can't to arrive at certain conclusions. There's other things that are required to not have.
You're not understanding. You're not understanding this. You're just full of babble. I'm going to tell you right to your face. Okay, I have no compunctions about telling you that. Now the problem is I don't care if somebody says, "Oh, I do not believe in anything absolute," because I know that the person is a very poor thinker. Everybody believes that there's something ultimate. Otherwise, individual facts cannot mean anything. Right?
Well, no, it could be the case, right, that they just have incoherently arrived at that conclusion, right? That they have assumed things with that have led them to believe what they believe, and that they don't actually believe in an ultimate absolute.
Well, sir,
it may be required that they have an absolute.
You're not getting this. I'll try to explain this one more time. I'll try to explain it to you one more time.
Yeah,
you're truly not getting
implicit belief.
Okay. In spite of the fact that somebody says, "I don't believe in anything ultimate," okay, they still believe that there's intelligibility for facts, right? Well, how can there be intelligibility for facts without something ultimate?
Yeah, that's the conclusion you draw. They might not draw that conclusion.
No, it doesn't matter. But you see, something has to be absolute, and they have to believe that at a lower level, even though they deny it at a higher level. That's what what cognitive dissonance is?
I don't even agree that they'd have to believe it at a lower level. I just believe that they could just be incoherently believing something.
You're stuck on stupid. You're not getting this. Okay.
Well, could you try and rephrase my argument?
Everybody believes, whether they realize it or not. For example, there are certain concepts that little children believe, but they're not immediately conscious that they believe it. The same thing.
Beliefs require being conscious of those things.
No. You can have various levels of consciousness about your beliefs. Okay. everybody has a belief that there's something ultimate. It may be at a higher conscious level, or it may be at a very low consciousness level, but they nevertheless have this belief. Because if they tell me in absolute terms, I have no belief whatsoever that anything at all is absolute and ultimate,
Yeah, but the people who make that claim
then all
are
I
like
have to simply
absurdly
say
rare.
is the moment that a fact comes out of their mouth is just say, why does that mean anything? And when they try to explain it to me,
No one
they
cares
can't
about your love
identify
story,
that the
dude.
fact is absolute in itself to
Still
provide for
going
its
on about the incident
intelligibility,
4 months ago when he
nor would
called
it
an
be
atheist
ultimately
joke.
derived from
Someone
anything.
said there's no
So it would
absolute.
the fact would have no intelligibility, but they do believe that some facts have intelligibility.
Is anybody
Okay.
here saying that absolute truths don't exist? I mean, because perhaps
That's
it
not
sounds
what
like
we're
you're
not what we're
arguing
discussing.
for, man.
What I'm discussing, and this gentleman here is having a difficult time accepting, is that everybody believes that there's something ultimate or absolute. Some people will deny it, and my simply point is, it doesn't matter that they deny it. They still hold to the belief at a lower consciousness level, even though they rationalize to themselves that they don't believe it.
So you're just making
Okay,
claims
so
without any kind of evidence to support it, because you don't actually
Well,
know.
That's
why
What
not
don't
quite what he's
why don't
doing.
we
Christian
address the
atheism is trying to say
You're
that
not, yeah,
does
yeah,
it logically.
you're not.
My understanding is that you're saying it would logically follow from what they believe that they would have to hold a belief in an ultimate absolute. I can agree with you that it would
absolutely
follow. I can agree that it would follow, but just because one thing necessitates another doesn't mean that people can't incoherently not follow the train of reasoning. Like people believe in
you're
coherent
not
things all the
getting
time.
this. Yeah, I've explained this 4 times to you. You're just not getting it.
Yeah, he's
That's
saying
okay. I deal with
implicit
people being
belief,
stuck on stupid all the
Windle.
time.
So
So
just because
basically,
they
okay,
don't
yeah,
consciously
he
acknowledge
keeps
it,
making these. He keeps making these claims, yeah, and no one seems to agree with him. But apparently, everyone else is wrong.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
That's
yeah.
what we seem
possible,
make sense
Viv,
of.
right? It's possible that Darth Dawkins
Viv,
is the
you
only
sound like you
person
got
that's
hurt
correct.
feelings, Viv. Why do you sound like you have hurt feelings?
Yeah.
Concrete.
Yeah.
How is
there's
that?
a difference.
Hold on.
There's no reason
Wait.
for us
Hold on
to.
one second. One second.
Concrete,
We shouldn't
don't
attack.
respond to
Hold
Viv.
on.
He has a history of trolling.
I'm going to respond to Concrete right now. Concrete, how do you know what's going on inside my mind? Are you a mind reader?
Ignore him, Concrete. He's a troll.
Concrete,
I've
do
dealt
you know
with him
what's
before.
going on? Concrete, do you know what's going on inside my mind?
Viv,
Okay, you're just being a robot right now. So when you
Yeah,
fix
trust
your
me,
internet,
Concrete.
come back.
I've dealt
Maybe
with him
Jesus can
before.
give you some better internet.